What's up, Jay? Jamie London. Hey, I was thinking about this morning. Good morning. I wanted to have, I don't know if I have any one of my chef buddies out there, but I got a few things that I want to touch on, this morning while I'm sitting here on this pit. You know what I mean? See if somebody wants to come in and have this conversation with me about economics and food. Hey, lady. Hey, Shaw. How you doing? Oh, man. Not like you. You getting it in. But, I just wanted to see if one of my chef counterparts wanted to come and join this live and talk about food and, how it, affects the difference between going to a restaurant as opposed to having a chef to come out or having a chef experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between the two, and some people don't really grasp that, like what that entails. You know what I mean? Um, with me being a chef, sometimes people confuse confuse a chef with somebody that cooks. And sometimes some people be actually looking for cooks. They're not really looking for chefs. Um, because, yes, chefs can be a little expensive. And to be honest with you, a lot of us don't get that chef experience when we even go to 3, 4-star restaurants, maybe even 5. Um, I want to even say you don't even get the chef experience at those restaurants sometimes. And what I mean by chef experience, um, the chef really doesn't come out and make his rounds, you know what I'm saying, unless you are in a 5-star type of restaurant. And even then, he might not still come out, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how busy he is. And so, like, if you have a chef that come out to your home and cook for your people, whether he's a celebrity chef or not, you have to pay this man or woman because they put a lot into what they do for you. You know what I mean? Excuse me while I spray my meat. See, right now, I'm just doing chicken. Even this stuff then got high. You know what I'm saying? I gotta spray my meat, keep my meat moist. You know what I mean? Because that skin can tend to dry out. I don't want to get too far off topic. I just need to spray this down real quick. Just with a little citrus. You know what I mean? There we go. Alright. So, back to what I was saying. When chefs go out, they do a lot of different things. I've heard this saying, all you doing is, when you just frying chicken or you just frying fish, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. You are paying for the chef experience. Now, if you're just getting food dropped off, that's one thing. But when you ask the chef to, well, are you going to stay or are you bringing your chef? Some people charge for their chafing dishes per dish, per chafing dish. All of that kind of stuff is sometimes included, you know what I'm saying? Or not included with the price. Some people charge travel. Some people tend to charge for Well, some people do charge for if they need servers or whatever like that. That kind of stuff costs. That does not come out of the chef's pay. You know what I mean? Even though if the chef, you might get a little break. You know what I mean? The chef may say, you know what? I'm only using one server, so I'll just go ahead on and pay that person up. But if you got 6, 7 different servers in places, um, they have to be paid. And it doesn't make any sense to be trying to pay them like $10 an hour. Who wants to come and work for $10 an hour? I know it's just in your words, they just serving food, but it's more to it than that. That a lot of those people take their time and their gas and everything else to come out and maybe work 3 hours. Who wants to go somewhere where they got to drive maybe 45 minutes to an hour for $30 if it's only 3 hours that they have to serve? So you have to, account and make it worth their while to even be there, let alone the chef. And then, I get this, when you a celebrity chef and all this other stuff, I don't consider myself as that. I'm a chef overall, and I just so happen to be a chef that cooks for celebrities. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. So I'm not going to give you no more than what I give them or less. So when you pay me for what I do, not who I cook for. You know what I'm saying? Some people will call or inbox me or send me an email and just straight out say, I know I can't afford you. Well, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? And you got your different people, different walks of life. When a chef or someone asks what's in your budget, sometimes they don't even ask that. If you ask them to, okay, let me back up a little bit. The reason why some chefs ask what's in your budget, because sometimes people tend to exceed more than they really can afford. And it's not that they're trying to look into your, trying to count your coins or see how much money you have. It's more to it than that. We need to see what's in your budget, and how many people you're trying to feed with this money that you have. Because food prices, oh my God, has skyrocketed, just up, up, up. You know what I mean? And if you guys go shopping, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Especially with those that like to shop at Central Market and places like that. When I buy your food, I don't go to Walmart and buy your food. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm cooking for my family and it's something like that, maybe I will. But if I'm doing meats and stuff, no. No, a vegetable is a vegetable. Some people say, well, I use organic vegetables. How you know they're organic? That was my question. How you know? Just because the sign says it's organic? Don't be fooled. Anyway, but it's people just try to, the chef's just trying to find out what's in your budget. You know what I mean? So they can accommodate you. And some people go overboard with well, give me steak and lobster when you really only have chicken money. And then you waste the time of the chef when they build your invoice and then they send it to you, and then you want to compromise or you want to try to um, get the hookup kind of thing. And I hate to say this, man. A lot of times it be our own people with that, and it's sad. Hey, just say what you can afford. If it's hamburgers and hot dogs, then it's hamburgers and hot dogs. But I'll let you know if I can do that for you. Stuff like that. You can get your uncle or somebody to do some hamburgers and hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? How hard can that be? You know what I mean? But it's rough out here being a chef, especially when you're working for yourself. You're not really in the industry. You know what I'm saying? What's up, dog? So it's a lot more intricate when you deal with people. I used to make menus and stuff and let people choose and pick, but now it's 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 more to it than that now. It's like so many people, you got more and more people nowadays with food allergies and stuff like that. You hit that in the back screaming like somebody killing them. Anyway, I used to build menus and stuff, but and let people choose their items and everything. But since now everything is so complicated, um, with people and allergies, and I don't eat that, and some people don't eat vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to build, um, or should I say, just offer those type of menus for people. So now what I do is when I'm dealing with a client, I just go ahead and I kind of get what they like and what kind of meats. Cause sides are kind of cool. They're a little different to come up with. Not hard at all, but the meat is what's more important. And sometimes that could be very expensive, like lamb and oxtails, cowtails. But you know, it's just being a chef is it's a good thing, but it could be a little complicated too. You know what I mean? So but if I have any chef like watching my live, man, I just want to get their perspective on certain things too. What they go through in the industry, whether it's in the industry or you know for hire. Because it could be rough. It's rough out here now. I haven't really done anything since Christmas, and it's March, almost April. So it could be rough out here. Like usually around this time, I'm doing seafood boils and stuff like that. But since crawfish is so extremely high, it's been rough. But people and call in and they may want like what I'm doing right now, just smoking some chicken, and it ain't nothing big. But if there is another chef out there that wants to join this live so we can talk about it, man, let's see. You know what I mean? See if, see if I'm doing this correctly. See what I'm wrong about. But I know this for a fact that food is exceptionally high. And if it's high for you just to feed your family, you know, I I have to go up on my prices because of food costs, not because of inflation. Like I'm putting my bill in there too. No, I have to because of food costs. Yep. And don't get me wrong, my time is important. So my time is important, and that need to be taken into consideration as well. You know, that's just like you know I really want to say this without stepping on nobody's toes, man, but it's just hard because everybody's so damn sensitive nowadays. You can't even you can't even be honest with some people. They ask you for the truth, but then when you give it to them, they be on that bullshit. And I be trying not to go. I be trying not to go off sometimes, but it be hard. And if some people just took the time to realize what it takes to do all of this stuff. It may look easy, it all look nice, but you gotta pay for it though. You want to look nice, you gotta pay for it. But I guess nobody has chimed in yet, so I guess I'll go on about my business. But I just thought you know, ask that question. Anybody got some questions? I know they said I got 365 followers that are active right now. Yet I got 2 people live. That's the kind of stuff that happens in the industry. Everybody might like your food, but you only may get 1% that may call you for business. So it's rough out here, you know. Back and forth too, you know, in New Orleans and everything, trying to handle family businesses, it'd be rough. But shout out to all the chefs out there, man, that's trying to make things happen for their family or whatever, or even for themselves. It's rough out here. And they got some people, man, that's making it shake, making it happen. You know, some people they do have their likes of who they like or food they like and stuff like that. I heard another chef say this though, you know. Presentation is wonderful. It's wonderful to have great presentation. But if your food is trash, man, look, I've seen just on the show Chopped, it was like 4 different episodes, but it was 4 ladies um, that was on Chopped, and their plating wasn't that exceptional. It really wasn't. But the food, the way they seasoned their food, and they was from New Orleans, Louisiana, and they kicked some executive chef's ass. Like me, myself, I really don't. Presentation is nice, like I said. And some people do eat with their eyes. Because I'm pretty sure y'all have been in a restaurant and saw the waiter walk past with a plate. And you like, oh, that look good. And then when you order it, you be like, man, I don't walk out this mother. Because it was like, you look with your eyes, but you eat and taste with your palate. Your palate has to be, you know, it has to be on point in a sense. Like people like what they like, you know what I mean? And if you eating with your eyes all the time, just because it look good, it has to taste good as well. Presentation is everything, yes. But if your presentation is off the chain, yet the food tastes like, if it tastes like, nah, you can with your eyes all you want. But until you pick up that fork, taste that food, put it in your mouth and taste it, nah. And there's a lot of people out here that can cook. But you gotta be, as a chef, you have to be creative. And sometimes that means stepping outside of the box. You know what I mean? There are traditional ways of doing things. Like I know there's a traditional way of making gumbo. And instead of doing a traditional roux, I don't. I just brown my flour off. Man, there's a reason behind that. So, and I may not cook oxtails the traditional way. I've done that on videos and got chewed about it. But until you taste it, you can't just shut it down. I know there's traditional ways of doing things. It's an order, but chefs don't follow recipes. They create them. Cooks follow recipes. You know what I mean? That's what cooks do. And cooks can create too. It has to be on their own time. Not when you decide to go to work and you won't put your seasoning that you've been working on at home. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't the place for it. If you're doing that in your own place, that's cool. And if I bring you in as a chef, we gonna do it the way that I ask. Now, if I give you free range, that's different. But you can't come. You can't. And I don't want to seem like I'm rambling, but it's so much to touch on. Maybe I should have, if I'd have been able to have another chef here to, you know, elaborate on what it is I'm saying, what I'm trying to get across. Um, it's very expensive. It ain't cheap. So, with that being said, maybe I'll come back a little later with something. I gotta get finished doing this chicken, but I just wanted to come on and say that. Like, when you're dealing with a chef, you have to understand there's more to being a chef than just cooking food. It's more than just put food on a plate. Cook something. But hey, don't take my word for it. What the hell I know? I'm just a chef. I'm just a chef. A lot of people really don't realize, like what I'm doing right now. Barbecue is expensive. Barbecue is expensive, whether it be brisket, whether it be pulled pork. Barbecue takes time. When you smoking meats, it takes more time, especially when you're cooking brisket and pulled pork. Shh. Even ribs is at least a good 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like this chicken here. When I'm smoking chicken, I don't just take and season some chicken and put it on a smoker. This chicken has been in a brine. I brine this chicken. So that means I do a mixture of, you know, the basics, water, sugar, salt, and whatever it is else you want to put in there, whether it be citrus or whatever like that. So it has to stay in there a couple of days or a couple of hours. It all depends on how you made your brine, depending on that. But not only that, people say, well, man, you just smoked some brisket. No, because my brisket, I do at least an hour a pound. That's just me. Everybody's different. I do at least an hour a pound, which means it takes charcoal and it takes wood. But some people have the audacity to say all you did was. No, this stuff takes time. Even the smallest stuff like chicken and ribs, your chicken may take about 3 hours, your ribs a good 4. It all depends on what pieces you're using. So if you're doing leg quarters, of course you're going to be doing it longer than you're doing chicken wings. But the thought and the process is what takes the time. And you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? If you can stand in line all day and buy some Jordans, when you want food and you have a chef, you have to know you got to pay for that too. When you go into these other establishments, you don't ask, oh man, why I gotta be that high? You don't even do nobody else that. You do it for you, but you do it to your own people, and that's what's about us that I don't like. I was down at Monaco, and I watched, and I know my New Orleans people, they love that Manchu chicken, but I'm sitting up here with barbecue, hot food, and I'm telling you, They was in a long, long line. And if y'all know where that funeral home is, that's how long that line was from the inside of Manchu to, and meanwhile, I'm right there. I'm right across, directly across the street. And you looking at your people, but you patronize others. And that's cool too, because I know you like your, hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's some fried chicken too, I ain't lying. But I had people to come up to me and say, man, it's crazy how we go and spend our money with other people. And here you got somebody right here that's doing something. I know this food hot. Not saying that this food is cold. I ain't hating on nobody. But you got somebody here that's doing a service for our people. You know what I mean? Like my boy said, I do it for my people. You know what I'm saying? My man DJ Big Daddy. I do it for my people. But you know, it's just crazy. But just know this, man. I don't mind doing whatever. But you just have to know when you ask for a chef that you have to pay them. So, with that being said, man, it's your boy Sack Bougie, man. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Just having a conversation. I'm just gonna sip my coffee in my Mardi Gras cup. Y'all be easy, man. Let me get on back to this bird. Maybe I'll have a little something extra. Maybe I can get another chef and we'll go live and we'll talk about this a little more, you know what I mean? How it affects them. I'm not the only one. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Y'all be good. I'm out.